Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Player-Owned Ports review. Player-owned ports are found here in Port Sarum. Right now it's on the screen in the map location. I'd like to firstly start out by saying that customizations in this are actually really cool. So these, this guy, and this guy are all my captains. She is actually a visiting captain, but I'll come back to that in a second. So I can go up to one of them in the bar and literally change their clothes. It is outrageous. Like, look at this. Alright, how about I make him a... Yes, they're perfect. That is his outfit now. See? And I can do that with any of the captains who I have hired. Now, this is my best captain right here, so she gets a hat. She'll have a hat. Ooh, I like that hat. It's a cool hat. Anyway, that is just one part of the customizations. Now, the only downside to the customizations is that the customizations for the boats are really... they have to suit the mission. It's a bit like a different way. See, there are customizations, however, they act as a game mechanic. So, look at this front of the boat here. Hold on, can I... Nope, there's no easy way to look at that. Alright, so I have a sturdy ram equipped. Now, let's see if I put on a polished figurehead. See how it changes the way it cosmetically looks? But however, the stats down here actually change. So there is actually a meaning behind the way this stuff looks. Now, with that said, there are actually a lot of customizations when it comes to cosmetics. Just like the captains, there are also the option to change the way things look, such as this portal. I've not upgraded mine yet, but if I go to upgrade buildings, I can actually switch between the different buildings. I'll come back to this in a moment's notice, but just let me find the portal. Yes, there's also totem hotspots, which are they're pretty neat. They're like mini power-ups. So as you can see here, look, if I build a telescope, which takes 3,000 jades and 2,000 cherry woods, I can have a better chance of receiving scrolls, XP missions, etc., etc. There's lots of different things. And you can build these all over the place. Literally. And there are also Ceradamus symbols, because I have prayer that unlocks my player-owned port. And I don't actually have anything else, so I'm lucky to even get in. But luckily I did get turmoil sometime back, which unlocked it for me. But see, the Ceradamus symbol has actually effects, but it's also cosmetic. Now here's what I mean. Cosmetic effect only. And it actually changes the way the portal looks. I don't have enough bamboo to actually show you what it looks like, but you can change between all the different cosmetics. This is a very customizable place, but a lot of it actually has effects, so it's a bit of a balancer. Also, another cosmetic thing that you have is the ability to name ships. So I have the USS Serene Ellie, which I'll name the PTK Cursed Whip. The PTK Cursed Whip. Perfect. There's also a randomized option, which was oops, not that button. That was not that button. That's not the randomized option. This is the randomized. This part, you can randomize a certain part. So, randomize the PTK Death of Whip. Perfect. Doesn't make any sense. And this is randomized to full name. So, another part of somewhat kind of customization, but not really, is the ability to upgrade buildings, which is not really customizing cosmetics at all, but it does change the way that things look. So let's say I were to renovate my bar, which you actually, during the tutorial, you unlock the refitted bar and you upgrade your office, and the office actually gives you 2 ships the first time you upgrade it. So how it works is, once you get a certain amount of a supply or a resource, you'll be able to upgrade. So this is the one that you have right now. this is what you need. For this, I'll need 4,000 slate, which is probably the next element I'm going to unlock. So right now I've just unlocked gunpowder at the Skulls Islands. And bamboo. 3,000 of it, actually. That's a lot. I'm actually really low on resources, so it's not like I have a lot right now. But this is how much it costs to have the one that you currently have. And this is the ability that you unlock. This is the ability you will unlock, and that's how much it costs. It's a little bit silly, but this and this you unlock during the tutorial, which I highly recommend that you do, because it really shows you the way that it works. Don't be deceived that the time to do a mission is 30 seconds, because it's not. Trust me, I thought it was 30 seconds, because you do 2 missions during the tutorial that say 30 minutes, but they only last for about 2, if you're reading every word slowly. It's ridiculous. But you can upgrade almost every building, and they all give you certain power-ups. Now, there's only one building here, which I will show you in a moment. The workshop. Nobody in the game has unlocked this yet. Nobody. It's not possible to have this unlocked, at the time of this recording at least. This workshop will be used in the future to be able to build the new armor. And that's how it's going to be able to work. But nobody's got it unlocked yet, because it's just not been out long enough for anybody to unlock the 3rd islands, I believe you need. Maybe even more than that, but nobody's truly sure. Now, I'd like to just talk about the little distractions and diversions, you can call them, during this minigame. The first one would be the Black Marketeer. Now, oh, good. Hold on a moment. Alright, now it's just gonna bot it on me. I didn't want to do that yet, but I guess I clicked buy all. So every single day, the Black Marketeer will actually have a certain supply, which is one of the resources. I believe you have to have it unlocked at least to be able to get it. But he will have a random resource, and will sell them to you for approximately 300 to 400 gold each, as far as I can tell. It's probably more expensive for further ones, since bamboo was, I think it was 300 per piece, and the chimes were 500, I believe. And the chimes is a form of currency in the port. In a sense, it's a kind of currency. All of it's really currency, but the chimes is like the gold pieces currency. But anyway, the Black Marketeer will actually sell you things every day at the day tick. It's a pretty neat little function that helps you get ahead on resources if you're low or whatever. And all it costs is real gold. Now, the Black Marketeer actually has another use, which is if you fail a mission, one of your ships can become damaged if you have a certain percentage chance of failing and you fail. I believe it's under 30%. If your ship fails and comes back destroyed, then you can go to the Black Marketeer and he will be able to actually repair your ship for a sum of gold, as in RuneScape GP gold. No, real life gold GP. What am I talking about? No, of course, he's going to want real gold. I don't know what my thought pattern was there. Back on track. What was I on track? Oh, the D&Ds. Okay. Another D&D that will happen here is Meg. Meg is this confused, I'll say, girl who will ask you questions every week. And when you answer questions, she'll come back the next week, give you a reward, which is, as far as I can tell, XP and some gold coins. Not chimes, but gold coins, like GP. And then she will ask you more questions. And she'll do that every week on the build tick. I am just all over the place with my terminology today. She will come back every week tick. There's also the barmaid who will give you the gossip option. And that will only happen on Thursdays. See? Speak to the barmaid on Thursday for new gossip. The gossip is you take control of the barmaid and you go around and you serve different people like the port staffs. around this area, all inside around the bar, and you'll just gain random rewards like little power-ups and stuff for your ships. Now, I'll go over there and show you that in a second. So this is the Voyage List. It's basically like your little quest hub for your ships. Now in this area you can choose a mission and choose which ship. And for a ship to be able to be successful, you have a percentage chance, and that chance is defined by how many of these three categories it has. What percentage chance it has in each of the categories. Now see how this ship has 98 here and 100 here? That means that the lowest one, as 98, will be what your overall chance is. There's also a reroll system for almost everything. So the reroll system here gives me another option at a mission. And oh my goodness, I want to do this. 500 gold. That is ridiculous. Okay, so let's gear up and try to succeed at that. So as you can see here, I have 56 morale, 16 combat, and 67 seafaring. So I want to try to raise up my combat. So I can go single cannon, and that will give me 200 more combat. However, it will lower my seafaring because that's what I had before. I also would probably want to do that because my combat is still very low. Do that again. There we go. See now how my lowest one is 40%, so my success rate will still be 40. Sturdy ram, yes. Hulls, do I still have my best hull on? Yes, my sleek one. Now for the crew. So you have a captain. The captain can only be a captain, and you cannot send a ship out without a captain, as far as I can tell. And there's always a crew. You can go without a crew, but it's highly recommended that you go with one, because you have a really good chance that you will fail. So these are two of my pretty much hybrids. You can get them from the crew roster. So when I place in my two hybrids here, they actually have stats in everything, as you can see there on the side. And you can actually compare them by clicking on one and then seeing the differences. That's my best captain, as I've said, and you can see all the differences and stuff that it has. Now, you can get some really crazily powerful guys from the roster, like this guy here. 465 morale is ridiculous. Because look, this guy right here, no, him. This is basically what some of them can start at. 70 morale. This guy has 465. Yeah. This is my dwarf engineer. He's cool. He makes the ship go faster. I don't really care for that. The only thing that speed really does for your ship is it makes the duration shorter. So I have a lot of morale and a lot of combat. So now what I need is more seafaring. So I want to do 420 seafarer. So let's replace my dwarf. He's cool, but we don't really need him. So now I have a 69% chance to succeed. Let's try to bump that up a bit more. What can I replace? I have lots of morale, but I need seafaring. So of course I want to go with the mustache guy. 73%. There we go. We're doing better. We're getting there. But let's see. Now we have a lot of seafaring. So what can we do? No, we still want combat because combat's still our lowest one. Let's see what happens if I add this guy. 68%. So no, I don't want to do that. So this looks like the best I'm going to get out of it. And let's check the crew roster for a moment. As you can see, there are re-rolls for this as well. That is an expensive player. Oh, but that is very good. The sirens are unlocked afterwards. This guy is free, but he's not that good. So I'm going to go ahead and re-roll him. So now I have the option to get an Eastern Guide. Another mustache man, but I don't have enough money. That's unfortunate. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to get much farther on this, but you can recruit one captain every day, and you have X amount of re-rolls. And re-roll is taken every time that one space gets empty, However, not for a captain. Also, the captain's heads are bugged out a little bit. Just try to ignore that, as I'm sure they're probably going to fix this sometime in the future. And once your rerolls run out, you must wait till the next day comes for more rerolls. So let's go ahead and go to the shipyard, which is this again. And let's send them out and hope for the best. There we go. So now it'll be back in 56 minutes approximately. Now for this ship, I will use this for demonstrating. Close this. What was I going to do? I was going to show you these. The add effects. Now these rewards are gotten from the D&Ds, or the distractions and stuff like that, such as the barmaid or when the black marketeer. There is another D&D I forgot to mention, which is the black marketeer. There is probably more, but I haven't encountered any yet, and I haven't heard anyone talk about them. So as far as I know, there's only Meg, the D&D of the barmaid, and the D&D of the black marketeer, and to an extent, you can kind of call Meg a D&D. Now the rewards that you can get from these are 10% additions to speed, seafaring, combat, and morale. There's also this, which means that any of your crew that you send out are not able to die. You might be a little bit questioning there, but yes, your crew can die. I've actually had a few of them, and when they come back after failing a mission, it actually says there on the side of the thing. You'll see when my ship returns, and I show you that. It can say that one of them has fallen overboard or was killed by a pirate or something, and that crew member will no longer be available. He'll be dead. And unfortunately, they do not respawn in Lumbridge like us. So there's also 50% crew XP. So that's pretty good. So 1.5 multiplier for your crew's XP. And your crew does level up. After every mission, they get an X amount of XP. I'm not too sure on the ratios or the amounts of XP that you get, but they do get XP and level up. Leveling up usually gives them 10% more bonuses to their bonus that they have now. Also rewards and penalties. This one is a bit of a gamble. As you can tell, you get 10% more rewards, or you can get 10% more damage to your ship should you fail. Okay, so now these two are actually kind of valuable missions, so I don't want to screw them up. So I'm going to go ahead with this one. I've lowered this ship down to 21%, which is the lowest I'm able to get. As far as I can tell, that's the lowest I can get. So let's go ahead and edit the ship. Weathered rigging, can I do that? That would be seafaring even lower. So that should do the trick there. Why am I even in seafaring? Why aren't I not doing like morale? Why did I... This ship is not prepared at all. I don't know what I'm doing. Okay, that lowers that even more. So let's try... Is this the lowest hull? Yes, it's a barnacled hull. The rudders are good because it only increases speed. Speed's good, whether I'm trying to fail or not. Weathered ram. No, I already have a morale ram. Or a figurehead, I should say. And my crew is only a captain, and he is my worst captain. So I'm going to send the ship out alone, and hopefully it will fail so I can show you the fail mechanics behind it. I'm not going to give him any power-ups. I'm not going to give him good players, or should I say crew members. No effects, nothing. And I will send him out there, and hopefully he will fail. Your chances of success are low. You risk harsher penalties if your voyage fails. Since I'm under 30%, I'm pretty sure it's 30%, but don't quote me on that. There we go. And as you can see, my voyages available went down, so my rerolls actually have gone down by 1, and it automatically rerolled to this one, which is not too shabby because I need some more bamboo. There's also special voyages, however, which are actually story missions, and this one is unlocked by prayer because it is the missionary. The missionary story progress actually can continue with this, but it is extremely hard. I cannot get 3000 seafaring. That is not possible yet, for me at least. I'm absolutely sure that somebody out there has gotten it. However, it is quite difficult for me. Divine Claim. You can also get special missions that will give you scrolls towards the new gear. Under the port management section, on the little menu up here, we have all the different options. The port management tells you exactly which scroll you want to chase. Now, you can select any of these, and if you find an Eastern scroll during a mission, it will go towards one of these things. Now, I believe you need 4 for any given item, or power-up, or recipe. And there's also the option to which islands you wish to raid. For now, we've only unlocked the Skull and the Ark, and the item I'm trying to chase with my scrolls that I unlock is the Vampirism Scrimshaw, which goes in the pocket slot. And I do believe that this is actually the same as the Vampirism Aura, except for, as far as I know, there is no actual time limit. I believe it's just a constant effect, so that would be really nice to have Vampirism constantly, and without ending. Just be incredible. You can also go here, which is an Archipelago map, or Archipelago, which is located right here beside the port management. And this, you can go over the little islands and see a little bit of lore about each. It's a little neat function for those of us who really like to figure out the lore. So I'm going to go through and read every single one of these. Not on video, don't worry about that. Yeah, I won't stress you with that. You can also turn clouds on and off, but clouds are just annoying. It also tells you how far you are before you hit the next zone, which is this black area over here. Okay, so my ships have returned. Now I can go check them out. Shipyard. And alright, so this is the PTK Cursed Whip. I believe this one should have succeeded. Yes, there we go. So mission successful. I've gotten 515 gold chimes. And as you can see, my crew has leveled up quite a bit actually. So these guys are actually now super OP, as opposed to OP, which they were before. And these two guys are now more better at hybrid, because they did all the things. There we go. Now I have 500 more time. Oh, good lord, I have a lot now. Because I started this guide, and it started before the day tick, so it ticked over, and then the Black Marketeer went ahead and gave me 350 gold chimes. So I bought those, and then I came over here to go get the ships and do the guide, and now I have a lot of those. And let's see what the 20% ship had. Did you really? Oh, come on. A ship with a... I think it's worth noting that about a day and a half, maybe 2 days ago, I sent out a ship with a 98% chance to succeed, and it failed. I sent out this one at, what was it, 20%, and it succeeded. Okay, I see how it is. Good one, game. Good one. And anyway, that's how it succeeds and fails. If you get a failed note, it's just the same as a mission succeed, except for you get no rewards, and there's like a little design with skulls and stuff on it. And really, you have a chance at having crew members die when that happens. So, and also if you can't repair for your ship, if it gets damaged, then you have to pay supplies to get it repaired. If you cannot pay the supplies, you have to pay the Black Marketeer. Or you can wait for about 6 hours to use your ship again, which I don't advise doing. Anyway guys, that's been this little sort of guide, I guess you can call it, and I'll see you guys next time. On a side note, there's a new addition to the friends list system. So I have my friend here, DXNXEX7, or also known as Dan, he's going to be here demonstrating how this thing works. Now there's 2 more options added to it. See, I can message, quick message, trail, and join, which are 2 new ones. Trail is pretty neat, but I'll show you how that works in one moment. Now, join is pretty neat. So I can click join on someone and it will instantly hop to their world, assuming that the game doesn't crash or anything. Which it sometimes does for me when I hop worlds. I'm not entirely sure why, but it does that. So I can go ahead and hit join. Join, if you were to join someone when you are in the same world as them, this will happen. You will automatically home teleport to the nearest lodestone if they are close enough to it. So Dan here is, as soon as I teleport to this lodestone, he is going to go ahead and teleport somewhere else randomly without telling me, and I will try to use this join system to find out where he is going. I will also find the trail system because he's going to run off and try to hide from me, and the trail system will help me find him. So when you hit trail, I cannot trail the player because he's not close enough. But if you are close enough, you'll get a little dotted lines on the ground showing you where he is. So I'm going to go ahead and join him now. And once we land, I think it automatically adds a trail to the player if he's close enough to the lodestone. But I'm not sure on that, so we'll see in a moment. Okay, there we go. So he's gone here. And there's his trail, as you can see right there on the screen. So let's go ahead and try to find him. Oh, come on, Dan, where are you going? Oh, he's ran off. He's what? You can see it's a little bit broken at the moment, but it still serves the same purpose. Oh my gosh, where are you going? There you are. Why did he go all the way in here? Snowman! Ah! Come here, snowman. You are mine. Yes. Thank you, Dan. Alright, good job, Dan. Thank you for your help. Anyway, that's how that works. So the trail system automatically leaves a little breadcrumb trail to the player that you selected. And joins you to the nearest lodestone and also puts you in a world instantly like this. Let's test this out on NY Nick. Join. Attempting to change worlds? Please wait. I am waiting. Please don't crash. Ta-da! Look it. Now I'm in NY Nick's world. Instantly like that. There you go, ladies and gentlemen. That has been the Player on Ports review and all that. I know I said goodbye previously, but this is a side note, and I thought it was pretty cool. This was released on the same time as the Player on Ports, so I thought it should be appropriate to fit it in here. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time. This is the last time I'm just going to say that in this video.